about to witness the very exciting story of a city and its people. It is a story of a city seeking new horizons in a resolute contest with great challenges. That city is Detroit.
For a while, we were the only year-round shop in the central area of Detroit. Just in the past year, we've seen 2 other retail and repair shops open up. Another one is expanding, and another one is set to open.
Every year in the United States, there's 16 or more million bikes sold. Of that number, only 50,000 are made here in this country. What we're trying to bring back is production, manufacturing.
When we began, there was only like 13 miles of trails in Detroit for biking and walking. Now we're up to about 200 miles. We now have like the nation's second largest weekly bike ride. We never would have imagined that when we began.
11 of my 13 uncles and aunts on my dad's side worked for Ford. Probably 20 of my cousins worked for Ford. So we're known as the other Ford family. Just over 5 years ago, group riding exploded here in the city, initiated in part by Mike McCool and Jason Hall, who started Slow Roll.
Over the last couple of years, it's been a little bit of a wild ride, you know. We started out this ride with 2 or 3 people, really, honestly, 2 or 3 people, and this year we hit 5,000.
So Detroit peaked at nearly 2 million people in the 1950s, and since then we've lost, over 1 million people. And so we have these really wide roads that just don't have much car traffic on them. And so this gives a great opportunity for us to redevelop our roads so we can put in protected bike lanes and widen sidewalks to make it a better experience for all the users. Our first protected bike lane is under construction now, and we expect that to be expanded next year to be one of the largest protected bike lane projects in the United States.
There were rides that already existed, and we just went into them. We felt like they didn't really pay attention to the needs of the city. They didn't, have any rules, and they were sort of anarchistic. So we started our ride with that in mind, a direct focus on community and community building and reconnection. We hit 130. I thought that was every bike rider in the city. But now we've actually not only tapped into the community, but we're making new bicycles. You're gonna see bikes of every kind that you know. Okay, so you're thinking road bike, cruiser bike, but then you're gonna see car stereo systems on them. You're gonna see some double stacks tonight. You're gonna see 4-wheel bikes. I'm telling you, you are about to see what I call the fashion show of bicycling.
When I started the company here, it wasn't because I thought, oh, this is a city with a great biking culture. It was, this is a city with a great manufacturing culture. This is a place where we can make stuff and sell it to other people. But since this company has started, there have been a number of other factors that have contributed to making the city very bike friendly. So that's partly coming from the municipal government, it's partly coming from these group rides that have been happening. That growth has been wonderful to see, and it's definitely nice to be part of a bike renaissance town too now. This is a bike built by the car industry, really. I mean, these are the skill sets of auto industry people in an auto industry town. These are the machines from auto industry tool and die shops, and a lot of the people who work here at one point did work in the auto industry.
I made an attempt to get into automotive industry, but when the financial industry crashed, so did the automotive industry. Experience was required. I didn't have any, even though I was educated, and I wound up making bicycles instead. In my time off of work, being unemployed, I found myself a little bit bored and depressed, sitting at home waiting for the next job to come through. I saw some kids riding their bike, and I was like, what am I doing here on my sofa? Let me grab my bike. I went for a ride, and I haven't stopped since. So I've been riding practically daily for about 7 years now.
What I knew Slow Roll was going to make it was when one day I was at a coffee shop where a hipster was asking me about Slow Roll. That same day I was meeting with seniors on the east side, and they were asking me about when the Slow Roll was that night.
All sizes, shapes, and colors of bikes, all sizes, shapes, and colors of people.
You know, we have this line that kind of goes between the city and the suburbs, but if we break that line down, you know, a long time people have been saying, what's on that side, what's on this side? Well, now this ride is it's really allowing people to see that.
Everybody can come, everybody gets along, I mean, everybody ride, I don't care, young, old, rich, poor, black, white, Asian, everybody.
I get probably 20 emails a week from people who have either bought a house in Detroit because of Slow Roll, they were on dialysis, and now they walk because of Slow Roll. They never thought they could ride a bike, learned how to at the age of 50.
It's gotten me biking again. Got a lot of new gadgets for my bike this year.
You know, we're out trying to have fun and let people know that this is Detroit, and Detroit is having fun.
I think that there's an opportunity to build a template here in Detroit for the progress that we'll see in other cities across the country.
We see a lot of rides and there's a lot of participation, and that's fantastic. It's getting people on bikes that haven't been on their bikes in a long time. And I want that now to translate into more daily bike usage and fewer car trips. The more people we could get out there using it as their primary mode of transportation, the better.
I get really excited about infrastructure and building stuff, but I think what's more important are the bike clubs and seeing these groups riding, seeing the kids that are riding, the families that are riding, which is just something we didn't see a lot of in the past. Detroit has a high obesity rate, cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and to think that we're providing a medicine to help address some of those issues is it's wonderful.
Make your world a better place by doing something.
There's no other better way to see a city besides two wheels.
Hey NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here, and then click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.